This is Tom Maloney, head coach of the girls varsity basketball team, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball pregame show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And I'm your host for the pregame show, Jairo Sala, joined by Lucas. And today we're going to talk to you about Amityville Warriors girls basketball team going against Kings Park's Kingsmen's girls basketball team. Are you ready for this game?
It's going to be a very interesting game, especially with the past few games and their both teams' lineups. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting game throughout this.
I understand completely, knowing that this season is the beginning of the 2023 season for both sides. I believe so. I know it's for our Amityville girls basketball team. But this is exciting to see that 2023 is here. Happy New Year to everyone who's watching us online, on YouTube, or even anywhere else. Honestly, this year feels great. I can't wait for the more games that we get to broadcast.
Well, now, since it's the new year, I could say this. Last year's game, the last game we had, was Amityville versus Islip with a final score of 41-19. Not the greatest game in the world, but today might be the day where it completely turns around for the Warriors tonight.
No, I completely agree. Like 19-41, that sucks for the Amityville Warriors dealing with that. And I think that this time is going to be much more difficult for them. And honestly, I think that new players stepping up. We have some returning players coming on here, like Agent Francis, who obviously is going to be one of the top key players, I would say, for the Amityville's girls side. We also have Alana Henry, who is the captain, let me mind you that, who may be the one to step up for this game.
We have a lot of returning players that we're seeing with the Amityville Warriors. But can we just take a little side note to talk about Mineola versus Kings Park? Kings Park didn't win that game by that much. It was a close game with 54-58. And if you look at the statistics, it shows that the first quarter it stays close. Second quarter, Mineola gave out a little bit, 7-15. But then in the third quarter, Kings Park gets back up to 19-12, and then in the fourth, we see Mineola get up in the fourth again. So with Kings Park, I think we're going to see throughout that game of just a change of pace between the first and fourth quarter. The final score of the Mineola versus Kings Park game was 54-58, and I think tonight's going to be a really close game for the both of them.
Well, I 100% agree with you with Kings Park's number 24, who has got 6. They got 14 points in total. Obviously, that's probably one of the key people that they have on the court, and probably going to be in the starting lineup today once we dive deep into the game.
One big key player that we're seeing from Kings Park is going to be Jaxie Sestone. She was a leading scorer of last year's season.
And honestly, I agree with you, but let's get some word from our coaches. So we would like to send it straight to our coaches show. We'll be back to talk more about the Amityville Warriors going against Kings Park's Kingsmen.
I'm here with Tom Maloney, coach of the girls varsity basketball team. You last played Islip with a final score of 41-19. What improvements would you like to see during today's game?
We'd like to take care of the ball better. We've been working on ball handling and all that good stuff, not turning the ball over, giving them easy opportunities. Also, we're working on, rebounding the ball better, not giving them second chance points, and just really scoring more with our skills. So that's what we've been working on.
So you've been mainly working on that offensive attack.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been really working on. We work on defense every day for about 45 minutes because we want to be known as a defensive mentality type team. It starts there, so that's really what we work on. But we also have to attack our weaknesses as well, which is, offensively we're not really scoring a lot of points. So if we can stop teams and we can maybe score more than we usually do, hopefully we can keep it close tonight.
Speaking of defense, Kings Park has a returning leading scorer, Jaxie Sestone. How will you and your team defend against her tonight?
Well, we have a really good defender in Alana Henry, and she's going to play her. And we're going to be sending quick doubles at her and trying to frustrate her as much as we can. We're not going to try to let her beat us. We'll try to let everybody else beat us and play good team defense.
Your team also has multiple returning players for this season. How does having veterans on your team help it grow?
Well, the veterans are good with leadership. We picked up, we have a bunch of seniors that were in the program for the last 3 years, so they've been in the trenches per se with this program, and then a couple seniors added. That's their first year playing, and they've added a different type of mentality, toughness, and all that good stuff to the team. So,
What players have you seen make an impact on your team, both on and off the court?
we got a couple. Alana Henry, number 2. She's a 10th grader. She's our captain. She's 90 plus average in school. If you want to look at what you want as a player on your team, you're going to look at a girl like Alana Henry. Anaya Hampton, 34, is a freshman. She brings that tough mentality with regards to defensive first mentality, which is what we want. And then even Natalia Baptiste is an 8th grader. She brings a lot of energy for us offensively coming up. And Mercy Griffin and Natalia Smith and Delaney Katz is a freshman. She's been doing a great job too. They've all been doing a really good job in practice pushing each other, so it's been good.
You have a lot of underclassmen on this team, and how do you think that's going to develop with this team throughout the season?
Well, hopefully, during the season they're getting better every day. That's our main goal, regardless of scoreboard or situation at practice. We're trying to get better a little bit every day, knowing that the end game is to develop these kids into better humans too. We have a lot of young kids, so we're going through a lot of growing pains with them, and thankfully we're going through that now through their freshman and 10th grade year. And our goal is to compete, for a county title at some point in the next 2 to 3 years with this group. It's a very special young group, so we're looking forward to the future.
You also brought up Natalia Baptiste, an 8th grader. What do you see her role being throughout this season?
Natalia started the year coming off the bench. She's an energy girl. The girls love her. She brings great skill with ball handling and shooting. So she's been starting the last couple games. We don't expect much of her, but we do expect her to be able to handle the ball for us. And we also have 2 other 8th graders on JV that play a lot too, that could easily be with us too if a couple people weren't with us. So they've been developing as well. So we're looking forward to Jada Chapman and Mariah Williams also coming up as well at some point.
Final question for you, Mr. Maloney. What are your keys to victory for today's game?
We do our 5 keys before every game, and they're pretty much the same. Our first key is defense. We understand if we stop teams, we'll be better off, in closer games. And then our one big key is staying together. And that's everywhere from the bench to the court, defense, offense, and from coaches to students to kids and players. We're looking to just stay together, fight till the end of the game, and play Amityville Warrior basketball.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach Maloney of the Amityville girls basketball team.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
And we are back. Thank you, Lucas, for talking with the coaches. As I said, let's start over. My name is Hyro, and you're joined by Lucas, and it's the Amityville Warriors going against the Kingsmen of the girls basketball team, Kings Park. That's my bad, guys. But key points, you were talking with Coach Maloney about it, and let's dive deeper into it. What do you think the key points of the game could be?
I think the key points for the Warriors tonight are going to be a lot of defense, but also Maloney also mentioned a lot about that attack, because as we can see from a lot of the past few games, it's been not a blowout, but it's been more of that inconsistency with scoring throughout the periods.
So you would say some players have some inconsistency in the paint or in the backboard, just trying to get that point, you would say.
More or less, that's what Maloney was telling us. He was telling us also that they were having trouble getting rebounds off of the board after both offense and defense. But I think we're going to see during this game that develop a little bit more into more of a better structure and just better working team.
Okay, we would like to send it to our sideline reporter, Aaron Kruger, and we would like to send it right to you.
Hi, I'm Aaron Kruger from the Amityville Broadcasting Network here at the girls' varsity basketball game. And recently they brought up a girl from the 8th grade from middle school, Natalia Baptiste. She's number 8 and is a point guard. And her coaches say she's very talented, has a lot of potential, hence why they brought her up. All right, back to you guys.
So So bringing in a 8th grader to play for the varsity team, that's quite surprising. I think that's going to be a quite challenge for some people trying to step up in the team. You know that in high school, if you're better than the other places, you get more minutes, you get more time.
As we can see, and as we've been told, we have a lot of young players tonight, both on the Amityville team and the Kings Park team. We have a lot of we have an 8th grader on the girls Amityville varsity team, and a Kings Park varsity girls team also has some 8th graders as well. But both teams, again, have that really young standpoint. And we're just going to see how that goes through between both teams throughout this game.
So your key points of the game, my key point is be more defensive, be more attacking. What do you say?
I think it's going to be all about that rebounding and just fast break.
So tip-off is soon against Amityville Warriors going against Kings Park's girls basketball team. We'll see who comes out victorious on this court side. And we'll see you guys soon for the beginning of the game, start of the game. My name is Jairo Salazar. I'm joined by
Lucas Torres.
And we'll see you soon for the start of the game at the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
As the winless 2022 season calendar has ended, a new year has begun for the Amityville Warriors, and the 2023 season has begun. Thus, the start of the season begins with Amityville Warriors going against the Kings Park Kingsmen. Can we see the Amityville Warriors take down the Kingsmen on their court side, or will we see the Kingsmen go against a revolt against the Amityville Warriors live on YouTube from the Amityville Broadcasting Network?
This is Alana Henry, power forward for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
It's time for Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
My name is Jairo Salazar, and I'm joined by Lucas Torres, and today we'll be hosting the Amityville Warriors versus the Kings Park Kingsmen girls basketball team. I'm excited, and I feel like everyone else is excited for us as well.
I think we're just about to see a nice little comeback after the New Year and Christmas and everything. It's going to be a nice new start to the game. It's going to be a nice brand new start to the season.
Yes, trust me, the New Year has over. Happy New Year to everyone once again, and honestly, I hope everyone's safe and watching live on YouTube. But let me tell you, my New Year's was great. I had a lot of stuff in me.
I hope all the players had a nice New Year's with their family and everything, and I just can't wait to see them just perform tonight against the Kingsmen.
Of course, and as I said, after a winless season, we want all of our sports to win every game, anytime they can. But that's not always the case. Some teams may not have the opportunity to win. Some teams may have the opportunity to lose, but we will improve. We will see. We have the opportunity to win this game. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Doesn't matter if the Kings Park has a leading scorer. We have some of the best players, I would say.
I think we're going to see a lot of development with the Warriors tonight here on the court, and I just can't wait to see what the Kingsmen do against the Warriors tonight.
So, I would like to say some things like Alana Henry. I feel like they're going to be one of the key players to this game, being able to be a guard and also, or a forward up in case of the attack and the defense.
I just can't wait to see how Jaxie Setstone goes against some of our players on the Amityville Warriors.
So So we're going to say to the PA announcer, Jared Ausbell, talking about the starting lineup.
saw the football game last night, you understand that Mr. Hamlin's life is hanging on a thread right now. As a parent myself, with a child that plays sports, you never think that your child is going to be hurt. You never think that this can happen to you. We play this game, all these games that we play, out of the love and passion that we have. We start from kids all the way up to adults. So with that in mind, this moment of silence not only goes out to him, but to all the parents who have a child in sports. That's the worst call you could ever get. So please bow your heads with me as we have a moment of silence for Mr. Hammond. Thank you. God bless. All right, now here we go, folks.
So now, as Mr. So starting lineup. So we have from what we have received, we have got in for the Kings Parks. We have number 2, Eleni New, number 5, Danny Manier, number 10, Jaxie Kestone, number 22, Marinelli Gilchrist, and number 24, Ryan Kruger. And then for our Amityville Warriors, from what we have gotten, we have number 2, Alana Henry, number 11, Asia Francis, number 12, number 24, Natalia Baptiste, and number 34, Ayana Hampton. That's what we have so far, and we'll see if we were given the correct information. But as I said before, I believe we have a strong lineup. I feel like we have a good combination of known players and players that can play the game well.
We have the Warriors have a lot of returning players, and it's going to be quite a game to see with all those returning players influencing all the younger players, especially some of the 8th graders that were brought up to this team.
So we have one on the right. We have number 34, and Ayana Hampton coming as one of the starters. And Amityville Warriors have called number 24, Natalia Baptiste, the 8th grader, starting off for the first game. Yep. Then the Amityville Warriors have Asia Francis as well.
I've spoken to Asia Francis during the Claude Bayer dinner just a couple of weeks ago before the new year, and she's played for this team multiple times already, and I can't wait to see just how much more she brings to this team as a whole.
You also have number 5, Delaney Katz, who's a freshman. Mind you that her brother is a state champion. And I'd like to send this over to PA to sing the national anthem.
We honor America with our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly began at the twilight's last gleaming, whose front stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So, as we start with the game, it's the Amityville Warriors going against the King Park Kingsmen, can Amityville reclaim a win for the 2023 season after the New Year's, or will Kings Park Kingsmen be able to dominate and get another win on their list? We will find out, and I told you, I'm not trying to say anything, but the formation that both teams have, and from what the coach has been saying, it looks to be a strong, good game.
Again, just to recap what Kingsmen have, we have a leading scorer, Jaxie Sestone, coming into the game as a starter, I'm pretty sure. Not to mention, we also have such a young team with the Warriors tonight. It's going to be an interesting fight, both offensively and defensively throughout this game.
Of course. And I feel like everyone's waiting for Amityville Warriors to get a win. Now we get ready to see what has in store. So as you see for Kings Park, so the stars are coming up for Kings Park. We have number 24, Ryan Kruder, carrier. My mistake. Number 2, Manani New. Number 10, Jaxie Creston, and 32, who number 32 is and we begin, and 32 gets as right wing, passes it to right wing on the other side. 32 in paint, his backboard. Alana Henry running through court. Passes it to Delaney and goes out of bounds. It is 0-0, 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Still leading scoreless.
A little bit too quick for the Warriors right now.
Number 32 running into the court in between the circles. Passes it to right wing to New. New passes it to Courier. Passes it to Nuke. Nuke gets for 3. His backboard and goes off the rim. And ref calls foul.
We're seeing a very aggressive defense by the Amityville Warriors already off the bat. Even though it's the first quarter, we're seeing that heavy defense. Right now we have Sestone taking a few shots from the charity stripe.
And can we see Sestone get the first points for Kings Park in the scoreless games? Takes a shot and gets the first point. Sestone gets the first point for the Kings Park Kingsmen. That was Amityville 0s, and Kings Park won the 7 minutes and 24 seconds left. Goes for another, and Kessman gets 2. Now is 0-2, 7 minutes and 24 seconds. So we have the eighth grader pass in the middle, pass it to Francis. Francis passes it and gets intercepted by Mirnier, and passes it to 32. 32 passes it to the right wing for Preston. Preston dribbles past Delaney. Right past Francis. Passes it to 32. 32 passes it to Mirnier. Mirnier takes a shot and hits backboard. And does a reset. 5 puts it back in. And now we have Henry running left wing. Blocked by 32. Mirnier gets thrown by Mirnier. Mirnier passes it to New. Back to Mirnier. Mirnier his backboard. His rim. And ref jump ball, and ref calls foul. Oh, jump ball. Possessions to Amityville.
Both the Warriors and the Kingsmen fighting very aggressively for the ball tonight. I think we're going to see a lot of that throughout this game tonight. We also have a full court press by the Kingsmen.
So we have Baptiste running to the right wing. It gets intercepted.
Loose ball going Amityville's way. We have Francis passing in the ball. We're seeing a zone defense for their Amityville's played by Kings Park.
So I just got informed that number 32 is Gilchrist. Adrian Francis looks for options. He passes it to Baptiste, and it fails. But Adrian gets it again and goes over the Gilchrist gets the ball running through between the circle of the court, going through the middle into the charity, into the paint. Passes it to Gilchrist, and they scored. And it's 4-0, 6 minutes and 13 seconds. With Henry getting fouled, it will be Gilchrist taking a free point at the charity stripe.
We're seeing a very diverse play style as of right now. We're seeing the Kingsmen with a very aggressive full court press, and the Amityville Warriors are just trying to figure out how to break through that as of right now.
Gilchrist at the charity stripe, and she gets another point for the Kingsmen. It's 5-0, 6 minutes, 13 seconds. Can Gilchrist go for two for two? And charity stripe. Goes for it. And it's 6-0, 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Gilchrist gets another. Now they're 4 for 3 from the charity line. Passes to Francis. Francis runs down to the right wing, and gets fouled. And new fouls. Asia Francis now giving her a chance to get some points for the Amityville Warrior at the charity stripe.
We saw a nice steal from Kings Park from the Warriors. Now we're finally getting to see the Warriors at the charity stripe here.
Asia at the charity stripe. Let's see if she can get some points for it. Asia missed at the free throw line. She gets her another redemption to see if she can keep the score. Trying to break an 8-0 run in the first quarter. Unlucky attempt as Gilchrist takes the ball, passes it to Manir on the right wing. Passes it to Gilchrist, passes it to New, passes it to Manir. And for the three, Gilchrist gets a 3-point, but ref calls foul. So it is 11-0, 5 minutes and 51 seconds. Gilchrist has been having the leading score so far between the game. Manir is limping off the court. Number 5 coming in is 21. Who looks to be so...
We're seeing heavy coverage by the Kingsmen. Amityville getting the ball.
Henry running from the left wing, throws it to Francis. Francis runs out to between in the paint, takes a chance, and ref calls travel. Unlucky for the Amityville Warriors, having no points so far in the game, 11-0 run so far. With New passing it to Gilchrist. Gilchrist passes it to the right wing to Crestone, to New. New go for 3. Nothing there, collected by Gilchrist. Gilchrist passes it to New. New passes it to Crestone. Crestone goes for it, but it's just in the air. The leading cast gets it. Henry collects the ball, throws it to Baptiste. Baptiste breaks the lock of the 11-0 run that Kingsmen are having. Now it's 11-2, 5 minutes and 10 seconds into the game. Gilchrist has the ball. Running between court, passing to Crestone. Crestone to Manir. Crestone has the ball. Number 21 has. Gilchrist goes and stops him those runs shortly. 13-2, 4 minutes and 51 seconds. 9 points so far for Gilchrist. Asia Francis passes it to an attempt. Cash recollects. Henry collects the ball. Ref continues to play. Henry on the left wing passes to Katz. Katz passes to Francis. Francis takes a shot and hits off the backboard. Gilchrist recollects the ball. It's 13-2, 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Chestone unlucky to get another point. Hits his rim and ref calls foul with 2 shots.
Foul number 11.
For the Kings Park men's side line, we have number 5 getting treated by Manir, getting treated by the trainer, and Cheston gets another point on the free throw line. 14-2, 4 minutes and 8 seconds left.
As we know, Sestone is a leading scorer for the Kingsmen. Another point down by Sestone.
Now leads it to 15-2, 4 minutes and 8 seconds. So far, she has been collecting all her points from the three-point line. We have a free throw line. We have number 23 coming in, Mercy Griffin. Mercy Griffin carries ball into the other side of the court. And Mercy chips and collected by Gilchrist. Crestone gets them thrown and intercepted by Henry.
We're seeing a very aggressive play style from the Kingsmen, especially on their offense. And we're also seeing Warriors trying to break through the Kingsmen's defense here.
Gilchrist pass, throws it. 24. Gilchrist freeze collects. Top of the key. 3. Adrian Francis recollects ball. And ref calls whistle.
Quick whistle call here by the refs. Amityville with the ball.
Foul on Kings Park. Henry attempts to throw to catch. Ref to be having a discommunication with one another. One thinks the other team fouled while the other didn't. And ball given to Gilchrist to look for an opportunity to score. Passes to Kestone. Kestone collects another point. 18-2, 3 minutes and 36 seconds. 6-0 run so far for the Kingsmen Parks. We have Griffin running up to the right wing. Passes to Francis. Francis to Hampton. Hampton to Griffin. And calls travel. So far, it's 18-2, 3 minutes and 23 seconds.
We have a sub coming in right now for number 2.
Zawal. Gilchrist. So new for number 3, Yana Wall, not Chris. Gilchrist coming up to the wall, passes it to Smalley. Smalley to Kestone. Kestone to Smalley back again. And intercepted by Francis. Kings Park's ball.
We're seeing a nice top of the key zone by the Warriors.
Kestone to Smalley. Smalley gets her. Stop. Courier. Curry gets her points of the day. It's 22, 3 minutes and 2 minutes. Now, 3 minutes left of the game. Francis has the ball. And stolen by Kestone. Kestone's running down the court into the paint. She attempts and unlucky, hits the rim and basketboard. This would be a scramble with Henry and Kestone. Ref gives the ball to the Amityville Warriors. Cat throws it to Griffin. Griffin runs with the ball to court. Throws to Henry. Henry decides to take the 3. Unlucky air ball. Chestone takes ball. Pass. Throws it to Kestone. Kestone throws to Zawal. Zawal passes it to open jumper and sinks it in for Smalley. It's now 22-2, 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. 10-0 run so far for the Kingsmen Park. Kingsmen. Griffin has run down into paint. Hampton in paint. Throws it to Francis. Francis and gets her point for the day, and it seems to score from this 4. It's 22-4. Carrier gets another set. Carrier enters right back against Adrian Francis' 2 points. Now it's 24-4 in 1 minute and 45 seconds. Griffin has ball, throws it Henry. Henry looks for options. Henry to Francis. Francis throws for 3 and unlucky hits backboard. His rim. Now we have Gilchrist Gilchrist to Zewall. And ref calls whistle. Travel. There's a turnover to Amityville's ball with 23 minutes. Not my bad. 23-4, 1 minute and 26 seconds.
Just a quick little breakdown here. We have the Kingsmen with a 23 lead against the Amityville Warriors with 4 so far. We're seeing a very aggressive play style by Kings Park, especially with their defense. It seems that they have a 2-3 zone going on, protecting the outer rim of the three-point line.
Smith comes in for Cass. Cass. Unlucky pass from Henry, giving Kings Park the possession now. 23-4, 1 minute and 9 seconds. Gilchrist coming up to the court with the ball. Gilchrist to Zawal. Zawal to Gilchrist. Gilchrist to Carrier. And Carrier gets another set of points. 25-4 with 1 minute left. Griffin with ball. Griffin to Henry. Henry has ball, looks for options. Throws it to Smith, collects ball. Throws it to Henry. But throws it to Francis. Francis attempts. And ref calls travel. Calls foul.
Foul number 4.
Big foul.
We have Francis back at the free throw line for the second time now, trying to put some points up on the board for the Amityville Warriors.
Edgar Francis able to contribute back. That is 25-5, 30 seconds left in the game. First quarter so far. Can Adrian Francis make another one? And Adrian Francis unable to claim the second one. Gilchrist front throws. Adrian Francis deflects, but it goes out of bounds. So we have solos in for the Rossio.
Slight confusion between the refs here, I think.
It's just a bit of miscommunication between everyone so far. It's 25-5, 25 seconds left into the game for the first quarter. Shot clock is off.
I think there might be an issue with the time here. I think they're still trying to determine it.
Gilchrist back into play. To Souls. Souls to Gilchrist. Gilchrist to Z-Walt. Z-Walt gets covered by Smith.
Foul number 13.
But ref calls foul on Smith, number 13. Gilchrist finds options, looks for options. Has it to Solos. Solos back to Gilchrist. Gilchrist, look at the time, now back, throws it to Carrier. Carrier tries to get for another points, and Carrier gets another point, 27-5 with 7 seconds left into the game. Amityville Warriors.
We're seeing the Kingsmen falling back for the first time in this quarter.
5 seconds left in the game. Henry has the ball, tries to attempt, throws it from halfway, and unable to get any points for that. It's 27-5. Kings Park's Kingsman is leading from the first quarter. Now we're heading into the second quarter.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Again, just to reiterate, Amityville 5, Kingsman 27.
We'd like to send it to a break. We'll be right back for the second quarter.
Jose. I work construction. My day starts at 4 a.m. Life's tight, but I eat right by choosing one day a week to prep multiple meals with healthy recipes. Then I freeze the extra. I save money by bringing lunch to work. Then dinner is already made. Life just got easier, and I have more time to spend with my family. To learn how to eat right when life's tight, visit snapedny.org to learn more.
SNAP-Ed is funded by USDA Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.
This is Natalia Smith. I play shooting guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And we are back for the second quarter at the Kings Park Kingsmen leading 27-5 into the second quarter. Lucas, I think this game can get turned around if Amityville Warriors tries to keep up what they're doing, but the Kings Park team has just been offensively been better.
We're trying to see a little bit of a turnaround by the Warriors here. Again, their scoring is a little bit inconsistent, and so is their defense, but I think they're trying to get back in that motion now. But the Kingsmen they've been having a really good time both offensively and defensively, especially with Courier so far in this game.
Henry with ball. Henry throws it to Hampton. Hampton looks for options. Hampton to Baptiste. Baptiste tries to look, is in paint. Throws it back to Hampton. Hampton takes a three, and it's jump ball. Nothing happened. Air ball. And Henry saves ball. Henry has ball, is in paint, and then hits rim. Sam 3 with the rebound. And to Kestone. Kestone has ball, heading into paint. Throws it to Gilchrist. Now to New. Back to New to Gilchrist. Gilchrist goes and blocked by Baptiste, but Gilchrist recollects. The Stone with the ball. We have Hens with ball. And throws it to DeRose. 23. Now to New. New in paint, trying to make something happen. The Gilchrist. DeRose. Gilchrist. And gets a three. The Stone gets three. 30-5, 6 minutes and 31 seconds left. Francis has ball. Baptiste has ball. Pass goes into Hampton. Hampton to Baptiste. Baptiste to Francis. Francis looks for options. Pass, low ball. 5 is on the shot clock. And unlucky to get that pass, and it just goes under. Now possession goes back to Kings Park.
We're seeing with Amityville, the passes aren't quite there yet, but the looks are.
100%. New to Sanfila. The Stone to Gilchrist. Henry with the rebound. Henry looks for options to see if she can take ball to the right wing or left wing. 30-5, 5 minutes with 35 seconds. Intercepted by Sanfila. The Ross has ball, looking for options in center of court. The Stone has ball, passes it, gets past Hampton, gets past Katz, and gets the points. 32-5, 5 minutes left to the game.
Amityville trying to recollect their pace of the game so far.
11 points so far for the Stone. Francis, Henry can Henry do something to recollect? Henry throws, goes over, and ref calls foul. And foul on Katz. Smith coming in for Francis.
We're seeing by the Kingsmen a very harsh defensive and offensive attack. They're coming up with the ball again. We're seeing number 4, DeRusso.
It's off the backboard. Smith rebound Henry and calls travel on Smith.
We're seeing 3 new subs come in. We're seeing Gilchrist,
Wall, and we have number Number 1, Solos come back in. The Crest looks for options. To Hins. Hins goes his rack rim. Him recollects. Solos in paint. Unable, just skims off the rim. Smith hits Hampton by accident. Henry recollects, gets the ball, running out left wing. Looks for options. And it hits back of the rim.
We have number 34 playing without any glasses for the Warriors as of right now.
Hampton has no glasses so far, unable to find them. But some can't see ball and unable to collect it after getting hit, after the ball hit her face by Smith. Good effort by Hampton from the Amityville Warriors. 32-5, 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go into halftime.
We're seeing very aggressive play by the Kingsmen here tonight.
Gilchrist to Zawal. Zawal to Stamfila. Pushes Hins. Smith having good defense so far. Gilchrist unable to pass, and Zawal hitting slowly off the rim. Back out. Unable to collect. It gives it to Amityville's ball.
We're starting to see a change of pace between the Warriors and the Kingsmen. The Kingsmen stopped with their full court press halfway through the first quarter.
Baptiste has ball. Baptiste tries to take the attempt, hits off backboard. Gilchrist recollects. Gilchrist looks for options to throw. Throws it across board. And calls for, and ref calls foul on Smith, giving Kingsman to the free throw line. It's a sub for Smith for Griffin and Hampton for Bolivia. Gilchrist looks for options. Throws it over Cats into Hins. Hins pass Gilchrist. Gilchrist loses ball from Henry. Henry looks for options to pass to in middle of court and now in paint by the Cherry drive and throws his backboard. Zawal able to recollect the rebound, passes, throws it back to Gilchrist. Gilchrist throws it to Stamfila. His skimming through the rim. Cats recollects the rebound, giving it back to Baptiste. 32-5, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left into the second quarter, leading us into halftime. Baptiste trying to get past Kings Park. And Zawal was able to take the ball from Baptiste. And now it's Amityville's ball. It's a timeout. Substitution for the whole Kings Park team. Henry. Bolivia. To Griffin. Oh, drop ball. Baptiste looks for options to throw to. Baptiste. Ref calls foul. It was a 3-second violation on 23 on Mercy Griffin. Can't stay in the paint for more than 3 seconds on offense. Vestone, ball. To New. Henry recollects. Henry looks for options. 32-5 with 2 minutes left in the game to end the half. Henry with ball. Henry getting past. Unable. Bolivia throwing it over the rim. Collected by Cheston. No, not Cheston. Henry with ball.
Amityville trying to get a new look on offense here.
Griffin and blocked by New. The Ross goes to New. New takes shot, goes over. Carrier. Ref is calling travel, and the sub is happening for Griffin. Kiana Gritt comes in for the Amityville Warriors. Cas Baptiste. Baptiste into the right wing of the court to Henry. Henry looks for options. Instead goes into solo. Bolivia and intercepted by Carrier. And a missed throw by Cats.
So Ryan Carrier with the pop hit. 116 left. Here comes Kings Park.
Henry comes to court, runs through, unable to get anything out of that. Blocked by New and by Smalley.
We have the Kingsmen smothering the Warriors, especially with Courier with a block in the paint.
Catch them with ball. Take him by. Take him. Jump ball, Kings Park's possession. It's 32-5, 1 minute left of the game. The Russ has ball. Heading to middle of the court. The zone. The Ross. And gets some points for the game, continuing Kings Park's lead to 34-5 with 45 seconds left in the game. Her second field goal of the day. Baptiste with ball, looking for options. Henry. Henry being blocked by DeRoss. Henry getting past DeRoss. Bolivia unable to get anything. And foul. Bolivia has to shoot two.
We're seeing a very aggressive play style by the Kingsmen, especially on defense here. Again, with number 32, Bonilla shooting from the free throw line.
Bolivia unable to receive on the first one. Can she get the second one?
The score is 5-34 with 30 seconds left in this quarter.
Bonilla unable to get the second one out. Recollected by New. 1 second seem on the game clock and shot clock. 34-5 with 18 seconds left. The Crest. The ball gets past Grant. Getting past almost getting past Cats in the paint. But given to possession.
Foul on number 5.
Foul on Cats.
Cats with a little FIFA World Cup action.
Giving possession to Kings Park to the Rossi. 12 shot clock is turned off. 12 seconds left in the game. Henry runs out of court with 5 seconds left in the game. Henry tries to attempt something. Unable. Hits. Almost went in, but unfortunately, it's 34-5 to end the second quarter, leading us into halftime with the Kingsmen with 34 minutes and Amityville Warriors with 5. We will be heading into break and then having into our halftime show.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. And you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
This is Jaden Wilcox, guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball Halftime Show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
My name is Jairo Salazar. I'm joined by Lucas Torres, and this is your halftime show. So, it is Amityville Warriors going against the Kings Park Kingsmen, 34-5. Unfortunately, the Amityville Warriors were unable to beat Kingsmen run in the first part of the quarter. 11-0 run until Baptiste was able to get the first two.
We're seeing a very defensive play style by the Kingsmen, especially when they have that full court pressing. And we're also seeing from the Kingsmen that top of the key box defense, or zone rather. And so the Warriors can't really get into the paint or really get shots off from the outside either.
Unfortunately, yeah. And then after Baptiste scored, they went on another 10-0 run until Francis scored another two. It's unbelievable. On paper, they seem like a more even team, but then if you look statistically and then you look out on what we're seeing live, it's a whole different story.
I think that's just due to the consistency of the Warriors so far. They have the good looks, they have the passes there, but together it's just not working out. As we are seeing throughout the game, especially while on offense, the Amityville Warriors are trying to make these passes, but the team's not that connected as of right now, and you can see that especially with some of the passes just barely skimming by or getting there but not being able to put it into the basket.
100% is difficult because you have some players who have great potential. Like half of the team here has amazing potential, but then you look onto the Kings Park, you have the Stone. You see why she's the leader scorer. Unfortunately, it's just due to the height of the Warriors that I feel like may be a disability for them, or a disadvantage. Let me reword that better.
With the Kingsmen, as of right now, we have Seth Stone having a great game so far. Same thing with Courier. Both are leading scorers of today's game.
100%. I believe that. Like if you look at how many points, it has been Gilchrist this whole entire game, having first quarter before Baptiste scored, it was 7 points she had. Then after Baptiste scored, had another 2. Then in the second quarter, you see a bit more of action, but she's not really. I think it shows you what part of the game Kings Park has against the Amityville Warriors.
I think the Amityville Warriors are going to be trying to change the pace of the game in the next few quarters here. But we got to see if the Kingsmen will even allow that. So far, we've seen the Kingsmen bringing up the ball aggressive, changing the pace whenever they feel like it. And here at Amityville, they're on their home court, and they want to be in control of this game. And again, I think it comes down to that offensive consistency. The defense is there, but not completely.
It's like there, but what can we do? What is the little jigsaw puzzle that we need to have? You know what? Like, I was talking to the assistant coach that Amityville has, and they said that as long as there's effort, that's all that they care about. I mean, don't get me wrong, effort is a great way. It takes you a long part. But the little points that I would say comes with it is just a bit. The effort, we see the effort. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna down on Amityville. Amityville basketball team so far has been having a great amount of effort. They're trying, they're attempting. If you've seen the attempts they have, rather than the score, I say we had more attempts trying to get points than we had at Kings Park.
I don't know what's going on in the locker room as of right now, but I know Maloney's just trying to get all of this situated and figured out between offense and defense, and especially trying to counteract both Courier, Gilchrist, and Sestone. Those three players are the main factor that Amityville is trying to eliminate out of this game so far.
100%, and it's hard to see players like Henry, who's been one of the. If we had to decide on sides on the Amityville side, Henry has been playing phenomenal. Let's just give her props. 10th grade, as a 10th grader, giving her props. This is incredible.
Especially with the rebounds that she has been getting, especially when she's trying to get the ball, even when it's flying out of the sidelines. Especially same thing with Hampton as well. Everyone's fighting for that ball on Amityville so far.
And it seems to be like a great way to show what Amityville has to offer and what Kings Park has to offer. It's like you have a tower and you have a mountain. What can we do to get on top of that mountain?
I think we're going to see a whole different type of play style and development during this next few quarters, especially with the Warriors and the Kingsmen.
So, for the other two quarters, what's your key points?
Key points? I think Amityville is definitely going to need to change up both their offense and defense. Kingsmen, I got to be honest, they're doing quite all right. They've been playing really good defense, and offensively they've been driving into the paint, just getting the ball working around, especially with, again, that leading scorer, Jaxie Sestone.
Thank you, Lucas Torres, for giving us your key points. And we'll be back for the remaining two quarters of the game. I'm your host, Jairo Salazar, joined by Lucas Torres, and you are watching Amityville Warriors go against Kings Park's Kingsmen on live from the Amityville Broadcasting Network. We hope to see you soon for the third and fourth quarter, and we'll see you right there.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
This is Tom Maloney, head coach of the girls varsity basketball team, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back, folks, here at Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm here with the Amityville Warriors and the Kings Park Kingsmen. It's been not a complete blowout. The Amityville Warriors are still trying to fight back and get their points on the board, but so far, here in the third quarter, Amityville here with 5, and the Kingsmen here with 34 in the third quarter. And again, very defensive team with the Kingsmen, both offensively and defensively. We're seeing a very big difference between play styles. I just hope to see that new aggressiveness and passion in this upcoming quarter from the Amityville Warriors. We're seeing a brand new lineup from the Kingsmen with Gilchrist, number 32, number 10, Jaxie Sestone, and Zawal out there as well, including Melanie New. Waiting to see what the Amityville Warriors bring out here for their new lineup. We have number 5 Cats, 34 Hampton, 23 Griffin, 13 Smith, and number 2 Henry.
100% correct. Now, can we see Amityville Warriors make a comeback from the score that they had from the other 2 seasons and from the other 2
Henry
quarters?
passing at the top of the key to Griffin. Griffin to Smith. Smith with the shot, miss. Gilchrist dribbling the ball up center. 9-0 run. Gilchrist, Sestone at the top of the key, looking for a good look. Gilchrist with the ball. Back to Sestone in the middle, holding it. Down to Courier, looking for a good look. 32 with the shot. A little bit off of the top of the rim. White ball. Amityville is yet to score since the first quarter. It is 5-34, 7:19 left. Gilchrist passing in the ball.
Amityville has been a bit more offensive lately after the first 2 quarters, with Smith causing a foul to Gilchrist. Not Gilchrist, to Custom.
Henry passing in to Griffin. Griffin dribbling it up towards the right side of the court.
Griffin finds opportunity to Smith.
Cats has it. Henry passing out to Griffin.
Kings Park has still been...
Good shot by Hampton. Gilchrist dribbling up the center of the court. Gilchrist controlling the pace of the game as of right now. Henry playing defense. Passing to Sestone. Sestone looking for a look. Back to Courier. Courier to Gilchrist. Gilchrist to Sestone. Putting it up. Sestone with the travel.
Amityville Warriors have been able to maintain a possessive game so far, being able to be good defensively, and now we'll see if Amityville Warriors can be good offensively after the halftime.
Griffin to Smith. Smith looking for a pass. Back to Griffin. Griffin to Hampton. Hampton with the 3. Too strong off of the backboard. Gilchrist with the ball coming up from the center. 34-7. Got 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Sestone looking for a pass. Passes it to Gilchrist. Gilchrist to New. New cutting in. Sestone out to Zawal. Off the rim by Zawal. Henry dribbling up the cross, passing it to Griffin. Griffin in center court. Passing it into the paint towards Hampton. Hampton passing it back out. Robbed by Sestone. Sestone looking for a good pass. Holding it. Passes it back up to top of the key to Gilchrist. Gilchrist to Zawal. Slap by Henry. Both girls fighting for the ball. That was Sestone and 13. White ball. Henry passing it into Griffin. Griffin coming back up to the middle of the court. Griffin to Henry. Henry towards the top of the key. Smith short. Gilchrist coming up the middle of the court again. The score is 34-7 with 4:50 left. Pass to Sestone. Sestone looking for a look. Pass it. Zawal has it. Passes it back to Gilchrist. Gilchrist for 3. Short. Back to Sestone. Sestone with 2. Sestone's 11th point. We have Henry dribbling up the ball. Passes it to Griffin. 36-7, 4:25 left. Griffin with the pass to Katz. Katz back to Griffin. Griffin cutting in. Griffin with 2. Nice floater from the top of the key. 36-9 with 4:06 left in this quarter.
The Amityville Warriors have been really good offensively coming back after the halftime talk that they had with Coach Maloney, seeing that
Gilchrist off the board. System fighting for the ball. Hampton has it, looking for a pass to Griffin. Griffin to Smith. Smith cutting through. Passes it. Sestone stealing it. Back to Gilchrist. Gilchrist coming on the top of the key. Back to Zawal. Back to Courier. Gilchrist. Courier back down in the middle. Henry gets it.
So, Amityville Warriors have been being able to be good defensively due to Griffin and Katz being able to recollect the balls that Kings Parks have been hitting off.
Travel going against Amityville. Kingsman coming in with 3 new players. We have 13, 21, and 4 coming in. DeRusso with the ball passes it to Sestone. Sestone coming up, left-hand side of the court, cutting down to the middle. Passes it to Smalley. Smalley to Zawal. Zawal looking for a pass, passes it back to DeRusso. Smalley to Hines. Zawal with the shot, short. Hines passes it to DeRusso, but hits it out.
The Amityville Warriors have been able to, as I said before, play defensively. But the Kings Park has been offensively getting better and better, trying to adapt to the Amityville Warriors.
Henry passing it to Francis. Francis coming up the court. It is 36-9, 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. Francis looking for a pass on the right-hand side of the court, passes it to Smith. Warriors keep it out on Zawal. Smith passing it to Francis. Francis cutting in. Francis with the travel. Kingsman ball. DeRusso passing it in to Sestone. Back to DeRusso. DeRusso passes on the right-hand side to Smalley. Smalley to Sestone. Sestone cutting in. Smalley in the paint too. Francis dribbling up the court, heading towards the middle. Holding it. Cutting on to the right corner. Robbed by Zawal. Picked up again by Smith. Henry has it in the corner. Back to Francis. Francis with 3. Air ball out of bounds. It's going to go to Kingsman. 38-9, 1 minute 38 seconds left in this quarter.
Kings Park was able to get off of the Amityville Warriors at defense and defending well from the defense that the Amityville Warriors have been having. Now they're looking to have an offensive attack.
Sestone holding it in the top of the key. Back to number 13, Hines. Hines with the travel.
So far, Amityville Warriors have been able to keep well with defensively, but it's only a matter of time so Kings Park have been breaking them down.
Francis holding it on the top of the key, looking for a pass. Passing it to Smith. Smith trying to cut in. Back to Francis. Henry looking. Francis with the shot, short. Sestone getting heavy. Sestone coming up the court, top of the key. Under a minute left of this quarter, 38-9. Passes it to Zawal. Back to Smalley. Hines. Short. Back up. Inside the paint too by Zawal. Coming up the court, Francis. Timeout by the Amityville Warriors. 10-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Score is 40-9, third quarter.
The Amityville Warriors have been trying to keep the defensive, trying to gain points, but unfortunately, the Kings Park has been offensive, getting better and better, adapting to the defense that they have, having Kings Park with still with four points on their side, where Amityville Warriors have been getting another 4 as well. So in the third quarter, it's been 6-4. Kings Park getting 6 points, while Amityville Warriors only with 4. And now, as both managers, as both coaches get the time back in, we see that the Kings Park looking to wondering what the coach is talking about the Kings Park. Hopefully about more defensively, but the ref has given it to the Amityville to Henry.
Henry passing in, looking for Katz. Katz has it in top left of the key. Passes it to Francis at the top. Francis on the left side. Back to Katz on the right side. Henry. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Henry back to Katz. Shot clock violation on White. Amityville Warriors handed over to the Kingsmen. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Score is 40-9. Back to Sestone, taking her time up the court. 4 seconds. And that is the end of the third quarter. Score is 40-9. We are going to go head straight to the break, and we'll be back in just a few.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
This is Nayara Curtin, shooting guard for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We're here back with the Amityville versus Kingsmen. The Kingsmen not being able to put up as many points as we've seen in the first and second quarter. We're here with Gilchrist passing in the ball down to Silvos. Silvos with the shot. Stemfoley hitting it out. It's going to be Amityville ball. Kings Park ball. Gilchrist passing it in. Passing it to New. New to Stemfoley. Stemfoley too far right. Henry coming up the left-hand side of the court. Going into the left corner. To Francis. Top of the key. Crossing. Henry with 3. Far. Gilchrist with the rebound. Gilchrist coming up the middle of the court. Between the two circles. Passes it to Courier. Courier looking for a pass. Passes it to Silvos. Back to Stemfoley. Stemfoley to New. Smith with the steal. Smith coming up the court. Passes it to Henry. Henry in the top of the right of the key. Passes it to Katz. Good look by Henry. Henry with 3. Too far left for Henry in the top left of the key. Gilchrist has it. Left-hand side of the court. Crosses. New to Courier. Silvos from the paint. Rim. Back up by Courier. Courier short. Stemfoley passes to New. Getting stopped by Francis. Gilchrist has it. Gilchrist coming in through the paint. Too hard. Courier back to New. New passes it to Stemfoley. Stemfoley to Gilchrist. Gilchrist to New. New to Stemfoley. Stemfoley with 3. Short. Sovos has it. Goes up with it. Gets the 2. It is 42-9 with 5 minutes left.
Amityville has been giving Kings Park too many second chances. That's leading to the Kings Park to receive all the points that they're getting in the fourth quarter.
Back to Henry from Francis. Francis with the pick, picks up the ball, passes it to Katz. Katz to Francis. Francis with 3. Too far left from Francis on the top left of the key. Gilchrist coming up with the ball from the top. Crosses the time. Back to New. New with 3. New short. Gilchrist with the ball, bringing it back out on the top corner. New has it. New to Gilchrist. Gilchrist coming over to the left to Silvos. Silvos cutting in back to New. New passing it to Silvos. Silvos to Stemfoley. Gilchrist. Courier puts it up again after getting a rebound from Gilchrist.
Amityville has been giving too many second chances, as we've seen in the last play before substitute was called. This is leading the Kings Park to receive so many points, and this game honestly shouldn't be 44-9, but unfortunately it is.
The score is 44-9 with 4 minutes 50 seconds left. Amityville ball. That is now 8 points for Courier on the Kingsmen. We have Baptiste dribbling up the ball. It overrun from the Kingsmen. Baptiste holding, passes it to Griffin. Griffin goes to the top right of the key. Griffin looking, stolen by Zaval. Zaval to DeRusso. DeRusso coming up on the top right of the key, crossing over to the middle. Passes it to Sestone. Sestone looking at Hines. Hines to Smalley. Smalley goes up, drops. Baptiste coming up. The score is 44-9, 4 minutes left. Baptiste on the left top. To Grant. Back to Baptiste. Baptiste to travel violation by Baptiste.
Baptiste is only an 8th grader, but still being able to play with the varsity girls team.
Sestone has it on the top of the key, back to DeRusso. DeRusso coming back to the top. DeRusso to the top right of the key to Hines. Hines at the top. Gets stolen by Bonilla. Pass it to Grant. Griffin with the travel. Going to be turning over to Kingsman. The score is 44-9 with 3 minutes left.
Coach Maloney wants to have a word.
Maloney calling a timeout.
Unfortunately for the Amityville Warriors, they've been giving up too many second chances. As I said previously, those chances have been ruining the Amityville Warriors' chances to score, as Kings Park isn't giving up any easy chances for them, as the Amityville Warriors has been as well. Unfortunately, this is how the season should be for the Amityville Warriors. But all in all, you have number 24, Natalia Baptiste, who's been playing great for being called up as an 8th grader, being able to see how the team is, being able to make her statement onto the team, into the playing field, and with the score of 44-9, I think she's going to take this experience into next year and be able to adapt to it as well. And with the Kings Park, you have a lot of players like Jackie Heston, who has been the top leading scorer so far for the Kings Park. and unable to beat their run their four runs so far in the final quarter of the game. They're looking to finish this game finishing strong without conceding any points. It looks like as they are defensively going strong. And as Maloney talks to his team, he's probably trying to find a way to adapt better to what his opponent is doing, to find a way to counter that, and choosing key players to see what they can do to manage out in the court.
New lineup coming from both teams. DeRusso coming up with the ball from the top of the key, crossing the full moon. Passes it to Sestone. Sestone with the three, off the rim. Sestone with the foul.
Foul on number 10, C. The second foul on C.
In this game, Amityville Warriors should be seeing how defensively they can be and learning more how not to give up second chances. In case
Baptiste with the ball, top of the key. Griffin looking for the ball. Grant picking it up. Griffin picking up. Bonilla up. Hampton. Baptiste passing out. Grant to Baptiste. Baptiste has it in the top right of the key. Baptiste holding it at the three-point line, back to Grant. Grant to Baptiste. Baptiste loses the ball.
The Amityville Warriors have been looking more offensively, even though it's in the final minutes of the quarter. They may be trying to get some points, some scrape out of it any way means possible. The Warriors are trying to keep the ball, but there's only 6 minutes left. They have the ball, but only 6 minutes left on the shot clock.
Baptiste looking for a pass. Griffin to Bonilla. Silvos has it, passes it to DeRusso. DeRusso holding it in the top of the key. Smalley with the two in the paint, fighting for it as well. 10-0 run from Kingsman. It is 46-9 with 2 minutes left. Baptiste dribbles up the court, passes it to Grant. Grant back to Baptiste. Grant with three. Baptiste with three. DeRusso dribbling up the court. DeRusso slowing up the pace of the game. Passes it to Silvos. 46-12, 1:30 left. Hines short. Grant carrying it up the court, right side. Passing it to Grant, to Baptiste, to Griffin. Griffin to Bonilla. Baptiste to Grant. Baptiste to Griffin short.
Amityville Warriors have been being more offensive, trying to get. And as you see, Baptiste with that three, doing that celebration as well to the fans that she has as an 8th grader.
The score is 46-12 with a minute left to play. Smalley with the shot. Smalley fouled by. Smalley's going to be shooting 2 here at the free throw line. Smalley taking her time. Smalley Smalley sinks 1 of 2. Smalley again. Smalley has 7 points here in this game. Smalley short. Baptiste has it. Baptiste. 43 seconds left. 47-12. Baptiste between the legs to the right side of the key. Back to Grant. Grant to Griffin. Grant has it. Back to Griffin. Baptiste with the shot. Short. 24 on the game clock. Shot clock is off. Smiley with the ball. Passes it to Sawal. Sawal to out on Hines. It's going to be Amityville ball. 47-12 with 13 seconds left. Baptiste holding the ball, coming down the top of the court. Looking for a pass to Grant. Grant to Baptiste. 5 seconds left in the game. Baptiste with the shot. Short. Bonello with the shot again. Bonello got fouled with 0.9 seconds left in the game. Trying to look for our first 2 points of the game here. Bonella shooting for 2. A little bit too hard for Bonella here. Bonilla shooting again. Bonilla making the shot. And that's going to be all, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Final score, 47-13. We're going to just go into break really quick before getting your end of the game show here. Again, final score, 47-13 here at Amityville Broadcasting Network.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
This is Alana Henry, power forward for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Hi, my name is Jairo Salazar, and you are and Lucas Torres, and you are joining me at the post-game show. And unfortunately, it was 47-13. Iron Warriors was unable to beat the Kingsmen of the Kings Park, but the game showed a lot of grit, for both sides of the team. Showed what Amityville needs to improve on, and shows what Kings Park has done well and what they can basically do to improve on their game. For me, one of the things I saw was, as Coach Maloney talked to them, the coach's show was they gave them too much points. Too much silly rebounds that they given Kings Park in this game, I would say.
The Warriors definitely gave the Kingsmen a lot of almost free points. It's been a little bit too many free points, especially off of the rebounds off of the Kingsmen, especially when Gilchrist is snagging the ball defensively. Well, I should say offensively after taking shots. Gilchrist was just snagging the ball and just passing it back out. And Amityville shouldn't be allowing that to happen as much as it did throughout this game.
I agree with you. Let's talk about the first quarter. 11-0 run until Baptiste scored a 2, then another 10-0 run until Francis, then a 4-0 run. Francis again with one free point. And the history's rest. Amityville has to learn not to give up silly drops. And unfortunately, that's what happened, and that's what they need to practice more on. If people disagree, you can see the footage that's just there. But throughout the game, I felt like Amityville played defensively okay through the third and fourth quarter. I would say they didn't give up too many points to the point where Kings Park was snagging them all. What would you have to say about that?
I think we saw throughout the game, especially with some of the newer players on the Amityville Warriors, that they have such a young team that I think they're still learning and developing with the older groups and just as a team in general. And we saw that especially with some of the passes made that, one, they weren't as consistent, but the looks were there. And we would see them going baseline to baseline, corner to corner, looking for those passes, but just being short by the smallest bit. And that's the little inconsistencies that make the game and would lead to the eventual score 13-47.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Like, you can see by the game what Kings Park had. They were offensively better. They had more defensively in tune. They were more in-depth. They had more better communication with their own team. And fortunately, like, you get players like Hampton who got the glasses knocked out by Smith. I know it was an accident, but it was there. You saw. And it sucks because the run that Hampton made into, I believe it was second quarter, where it was thrown. I don't remember which player it was, but there was a chance that Hampton could have gotten a point from that, but couldn't because of due to the glasses being fallen off.
Throughout this whole game, it's just been that offensive inconsistency, mainly with the Warriors, especially since defensively they were slacking, but offensively they had the ideas of it and they knew what they wanted to do. They just weren't able to get that done. And defensively, the Kingsmen were holding them at a standstill, again, with that 3-2 zone, especially when it came to that three-point line. The Warriors just couldn't slash through it.
And once I believe that the next practice they have, we're gonna watch and view the game that we recorded and see what could they do better. What have we done that knocked down their opportunities to score less, and what could we do to improve from our last game into our next game?
I think Maloney really wants to work with this young, unique team just to develop them into these mature, amazing players that he knows that they are. And he's just waiting to, in a way, mold them like clay into the perfect team, because we could see that their mentality is there. But against teams that are really aggressive, both offensively and defensively, they kind of get stuck in mud. And it's almost hard for them to come back. But at the same time, we see that they want to score and they want to win.
And Amityville Warriors girls basketball team next game is at Deer Park at 5:15. Let's hope for the Amityville Warriors that the next week practices that they have, they're improving constantly. They know what they want to watch. They know what they need to do. But let's just be honest. Baptiste went crazy this game today. And you saw when she made that three, she did a little icon, a little bit of a celebration. Everyone on the left side of the Amityville fans were cheering her name out loud.
And I think that's just some of the Amityville love that we see. And we also saw some of the Kings Park coming in to play, especially on offense. We saw a lot of just unique players and play styles between all the players. And we also saw with the Amityville Warriors, between all the young players like Baptiste, an 8th grader that got brought up to play for the varsity team. She can hold her own, but at the same time, the whole team as just one needs to work together and needs to gather that consistency so they could just work together, get the passes in, play defense well. And we saw the Amityville Warriors playing a zone as well, but the zone was a little bit scattered every now and then, so that would allow Kings Park to cut in and just slash through their defense and score points, especially with Smalley, Gilchrist, and Sestone.
All right, and for the next broadcasting, we have Thursday boys basketball versus Deer Park. 1 p.m. tip-off. Pre-game show is going to be at 3:45. Don't forget to miss that. So, Lucas Torres, what is your final thoughts for today's game?
My final thoughts for this game is that the Amityville Warriors have so much to develop, but I think we're going to get there. I honestly can't wait to see what else Kings Park can do next time we face them off.
All right, thank you, Lucas. I am your host, Iro Salazar, joined by Lucas Torres, and you are here joining us from Amityville Live Broadcasting Network for the Amityville girls basketball team versus Kings Park Varsity girls basketball team. Final score was 47-13. We hope to see you soon for the Amityville's next broadcasting Thursdays. Boys basketball going against Deer Park, 1 p.m. tip-off. Pregame show is at 3:45. We hope to see you soon, and we wish everyone a happy New Year's. Who is watching now. We hope to see you soon.
AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.